Here we have a beautiful example of a 2022 Rivian R1T. This is their pickup truck. The R1S is their SUV. The pickup truck came out first, so they're a little bit easier to find on the pre-owned market. This is actually our second Rivian we've had. The first one we got sold fairly fast, so we purchased another one. One of my jobs as a used car manager is to buy vehicles for inventory. Since I'm a big fan of EVs, we do a lot of Teslas here. I love Teslas. I actually own a Tesla myself, among a few other gas-powered vehicles. I think electric cars are eventually going to take over, and the Rivian R1T is a perfect example of an amazing electric vehicle. I think Tesla has a lot of perks. Tesla has a lot of dominating aspects about it, but one thing that I like about the Rivian is the fit and finish. Even on the higher end Teslas, I noticed that the fit and finish is not perfect on them. They're still great vehicles that can look past the fit and finish, slight, issues, I guess, being nitpicky, for the other amazing aspects of a Tesla. But the Rivian's fit and finish is pristine. This feels to me, it feels like an electric Range Rover. The interior design, the fit and finish, the styling of the leather and stuff, it feels very Range Rover, Jaguar to me. And it is absolutely amazing. There's a lot of great accolades on the Rivian. One of my favorite, engineers, electric car people is Cindy Monroe. His channel, Monroe Live. They do teardowns on electric vehicles. They did a teardown on a Rivian, and they were very impressed by it. He actually thought that that this thing's overbuilt, and maybe that's why Rivian is still kind of unfortunately losing money. For every Rivian they make, I think they're losing, I don't know, $40, $50, $70,000. Eventually, when they get production up into $50,000, $100,000 a year, they'll probably start making money on them. But when you do initial ramp up of production with a brand new vehicle, a lot of the time is a money losing venture. Tesla, they had to go through that pain, and they've went through it. But a lot of other EV startups and ICE companies switching to EV, they're going through that now. But I'm starting to see lots of Rivians on the road every day. I see more and more on the road. Do your own research. I like to invest a little bit in stocks. I own Tesla stock. I've been buying a little Rivian stock, because I think it has staying power. I've driven them. I've experienced the product. I see more and more on the road. I see Rivian selling trades at the auction, so I know they're selling vehicles. So I think Rivian is here to stay. This is my opinion. It's not scientific fact. But I'm in the car business. I drive lots of cars. Especially high-end vehicles in our luxury aspect of things. I've been in the luxury end of the car business for close to 20 years, and this is very impressive. The first Rivian we had, I wasn't too familiar with it, and unlike a Tesla, it's a little bit harder to decipher what packages are on the Rivian. But luckily, the YouTube community helped me out. I couldn't find out if it was a dual motor or quad motor, because on the website, they have the option for a dual motor or quad motor version of the R1T. So just assuming that, if I wasn't sure, I'm going to advertise it with a smaller, the smaller electric motor is a dual motor, just in case, if I'm wrong, I don't want to, if I make a mistake and it has 4 motors, I think people will be a lot less upset than having 2 motors versus the other way around. But someone said, hey, they're not making the dual motors yet. So it looks like right now the R1Ts are only at least for the 22 model year, are all quad motors, large battery pack. This is the Adventure Series. So you have an electric motor on each wheel with a combined output of 800 horsepower. This thing is absolutely a rocket ship. It can go off-road like a Range Rover, but it can accelerate like a sports car. This thing, I think it's 0 to 60 a little over 3 seconds. Also can tow right around, I think it's 11,000 pounds. Pretty amazing. So you have a motor at each wheel. And that's the reason why this thing is so great off-road, because electric motors are very precise. That's why, medical instruments are powered by electric motors, not little gasoline engines. Electric motors can very, very precisely modulate power, which is great, for traction control systems and on-road driving, but also off-road, being able to precisely modulate power at each individual wheel, because you have a motor for each individual wheel, makes this thing amazing off-road. Alright, so here's some of the information. The odometer, 2,170 miles. It's a clean Carfax vehicle from sunny California. Large battery pack, Series Adventure. Exterior color, LA Silver. This has the upgraded Ocean Coast dark ash wood trim. It's a beautiful open pore wood trim. Very, very nice. And then we have this beautiful light interior color. the seats, the stitching, everything is spot on in this thing. These things look like they should cost over $100,000. That's what Sandy Monroe said. He was surprised at the list price in these things, because he thought they should be charging $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 more than they are, just how well this thing's built. In a lot of ways, I think he thought it's overbuilt. Maybe a little bit, a little bit too much overbuilding. Sometimes can cost you money. But also Rivian, they want to make an amazing vehicle. They don't want to cut any corners. So that's kind of a double-edged sword. But I guess from the aspect of a consumer, not the person selling them, for a vehicle that they're just giving it, everything they can to make it perfect, I think that's probably a good scenario for us. All right, so that's all the information. You have an amazing parking camera, backup camera. Looks like we can change views. Let's take a look at some other stuff here. We have a really nice navigation system. Over-the-air updates is also a nice thing with the Rivian. They say they're actually going to have an update that's going to come out soon for like towing, to make it a little bit easier for towing. I think maybe like helping you line up the vehicle when backing up. We have heated and cooled front seats, multi-zone climate control. You have a drive mode selector, so you have all-purpose, sport, conserve, snow, off-road, and a towing mode. We have an adjustable ride height, and with a large battery pack. It's kind of funny, kneel, so I guess it's kneeling right now just to make it entry and exit really easy, but you have an adjustable ride height right there. We'll kind of maybe try some different settings. So it's on the lowest setting right now. Let's put it on the highest setting and see how it looks. Oh, you can see the vehicle lifting up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it definitely feels like it's getting higher for sure. All right, I think it's done. All right, let's continue walking around and taking a look at this beautiful Rivian R1T. All right, the one thing I want to do is I want to open the hood. There we go. It's got a nice power-operated hood as well. Pretty impressive. The interior is impressive, but you'll be really impressed with like some of the exterior features. Great sounding Meridian audio system. Beautiful seats, very comfortable. Like I said, the stitching, everything is absolutely beautiful on this thing. Nice upgraded wheel and tire package. Of course, this thing has massive brakes with such amazing horsepower, such amazing acceleration. You need to have stopping power to slow this beast down. And this thing is quite a beast. I think it weighs right 7,000–8,000 pounds because of that big battery pack. But those batteries are slung down very low, so it definitely doesn't feel like it weighs 7,000 or 8,000 pounds like a traditional vehicle. It actually feels a lot lighter. So it looks like we have a nice car cover. There's the mobile charger. And I'm not going to take all this stuff out right now, but you can see that the trunk is very large, or the frunk. It's pretty much as big, if not bigger, than some trunks you find on regular like passenger sedans. I love the front end styling on the Rivian. These lights, the light strip, and then the headlights look really cool, especially at nighttime. When you see these things driving at night, it's like on any other vehicle. It looks like it's from the future. And then look at this interior. Beautiful seats back here. You have a touchscreen and heated seats for the rear customer, 4-zone climate control. Big roof panel, lots of natural light in the interior. Nice suede cloth headliner. And look at the back of the seats. Look at these, look at this stuff. The fit and finish, the level of detail is amazing. Even a little bit USB-C there. Absolutely beautiful interior, absolutely stunning. We have this really cool gear tunnel, which is fairly large, more storage space. You have some first aid kits and storage in there as well. And this thing is really sturdy. I mean, look at how heavy duty this thing is. You can sit on it, and you can even stand on it. So if you have a roof rack, well, they do have an optional roof rack, I think, for this thing. You can easily stand up in here. This thing does not feel flimsy at all. It's like a monolith. We have an ingeniously designed tailgate. The way it's hinged in the down position actually makes it fairly large, so if you do have some stuff hanging off the back, it's almost like having a 6-foot bed. Obviously it's not completely the same as having a 6-foot bed, but you can see the way it's hinged, and they have this little extra part right here. It allows the bed to extend fairly large, more than a regular pickup truck. Some tie downs. So we have some power outlets. There's LED lights also underneath the bed. We have an air compressor. And there's one more trick up our sleeve. You pull this little lever right here, and look at that. You can either have a spare tire here, looks like it's a full-size spare, or you can fit some more gear in there. You could use it as a cooler and all that stuff. So there you have it, one beautiful version of the Rivian R1T, 2,000 miles. This thing is pretty much pristine. I know right now it's still, I think, close to a year wait, maybe a little bit shorter for one of these Rivians. So if you're hankering at the bit to get one, this is probably as close as you can get for a new one on the pre-owned market. Thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.